Hey guys, so Poco just announced the Poco X4 Pro as the successor to last year's Poco X3 Pro, which if you remember was the best gaming phone in the mid-range segment. And naturally, we would expect this year's X4 Pro to be a gaming-centric phone as well, right? But this is not a gaming phone by any means. Anyways, let me quickly unbox it and see what we get inside the box before talking more about the phone itself. As you can see, the X4 Pro arrives in the standard package, and opening it up, we are greeted with the phone itself at first. I have it in the laser black color, while the company also sells it in laser blue and signature Poco yellow color options. Weirdly enough, the screen does not come with a pre-applied screen protector like most Poco phones from the past, although there's one included inside the box. Then there is some paperwork, a transparent case, and a compatible 67-watt charging brick with Type A to Type C cable. So if you look at the overall spec sheet of the Poco X4 Pro, it looks pretty much identical to that of the Redmi Note 11 Pro 5G. It has the same 6.7 inches AMOLED screen with a 120Hz refresh rate, the same 108 megapixel triple camera setup, and the same Snapdragon 695 5G chipset. The only difference you'll find here is the design on the back. While the Note 11 Pro brings a matte finish, the X4 Pro settles for a glossy look that reflects lights like this. The camera layout is also quite different here, with such an unnecessarily big and wide module, which, to be honest, I am not a big fan of. But I can certainly see people liking such design choices. And that's about it. The Poco X4 Pro, which I expected to be a gaming phone, is basically a rebranded Redmi Note 11 Pro 5G. As Anupam Mittal from Shark Tank India says, "मुझे valuation सुन के चक्कर आ रहा है," and that's exactly what happened with this phone. और मुझे भी specs देख के चक्कर आ रहा है. I just don't get why Poco, which is now an independent brand, decided to copy everything from its ex-parent company Xiaomi and launch it as a new phone of its own. And it's not just that. Poco's X series is supposed to be ultra-competitive gaming phones for the OG gamer community. And speaking on the gamers' behalf, well, they just don't care if the Poco X4 Pro has a flagship 108 megapixel sensor or a design that shines. Heck, they don't even want an AMOLED screen as long as the display has a high refresh rate and a fast dot sampling rate. So yeah, I would have liked it if Poco had launched this phone in a different series, or maybe simply named it the Poco X4 and then launched the X4 Pro with a beefier chipset instead. Then again, if you're not a gamer, the X4 Pro is actually not a bad phone by any means. I can say that because I've been using the Redmi Note 11 Pro myself for the past couple of days, and there are definitely some quality of life improvements over last year's Redmi Note 10 Pro here. For instance, you get a very good AMOLED display on the Poco X4 Pro with a fast 120Hz refresh rate, while the touch sampling rate has also been bumped from 240Hz on last year's X3 Pro to 360Hz as well. As a result, typing up stuff here is a satisfying experience, and more importantly, the faster touch sampling rate is also a big plus when playing fast-paced games. On the other hand, its stereo speakers are pretty loud too, and you will certainly enjoy watching videos on this phone. And despite featuring a big 5000 mAh battery, Poco has maintained the overall design aesthetics of the phone pretty well. At 205 grams, it has the right heft to it, and the phone does not end up feeling cheap or anything like that. Plus, the X4 Pro also supports faster 67-watt charging that takes it from 0 to 100% in just 41 minutes, according to Poco. In my preliminary tests, I found its cameras to be fairly good enough as well. From what I can tell, it's definitely better than the Poco X3 Pro and even the more expensive Poco F3. But since they have included such expensive hardware in the display, camera and design department, Poco had to compromise somewhere else to keep the price low. And yes, that's in the chipset itself. The Snapdragon 695 that's powering the X4 Pro is a fairly capable 5G chipset, but it is nowhere near what Snapdragon 860 on the Poco X3 Pro offered. It cannot hit 60 FPS in most games, including PUBG Mobile and Genshin Impact, even when lowering the graphics quality. So yes, this is absolutely not the affordable gaming phone that many of us were hoping for, but is rather a balanced mid-range device that should appeal to the mainstream consumers. Having said that, I would certainly love to see the true successor of the Poco X3 Pro in the coming months. I hope you will make that happen, Poco. So guys, that was all for our quick unboxing and impressions of the Poco X4 Pro 5G. If you have any more questions regarding this phone, do let us know in the comments below. And while you're there, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that bell icon. Till then, I'm Pratima and thank you so much for watching.